Okay, this is video 1 of the WHL rating process. I'm planning on doing like a 5 or 6 part series, just an overview with some examples, and I'll go through all kinds of stuff on here. So hopefully some other managers find this useful and jump into the process and make it a lot easier for everybody. So let's start out here. This is my ratings file that I set up every year. I have each team with their own tab down here. So this is the ratings I'm working on for this season. And I have last season's up here just as a quick reference, just so I can check and see, like, I'm not making real big jumps from year to year on guys. I also use the WHL ratings from the last 3 years. I keep those tabs open if I need to check on anything. NHL.com, their statistics page, you can use that. Primarily I use it for like the biography stuff, position, shooting hand, age, weight, and then I use a lot of Forecaster. I mean, there's so many stats page you can get stuff on. I just like the way Forecaster is laid out. It shows like all their junior stuff and European leagues and things. Because there's a few players that we do use that for. And then here, let's see, I have a tab for the goalies, tab for the draft picks. I'll do those separately. So basically what happens is we have these tables, and you'll find, so first up I have hits on here. The aggression rating is based off of hits per 60. Fatigue table, you just look up how much did a player play. Mikhail Granlund played 19 minutes last year. You'd come in here and that puts him in an 8 for fatigue. It's in that 18 to 21 range. It's real simple like that. You got games played correlates with injuries, penalty minutes, assists for passing, and goals for shooting. We have a separate table here for power, which just goes off of weight, and those are divided up into 10-pound increments. There are, of course, a few categories like quickness, skating, puck control, and checking, which don't really have any stats that we can go on. So I have a little table set up for that too, since they're an opinion-based rating, and you can kind of match up how that player performs and how you would rate them in those categories. We'll get into that in a much more detail in the other videos. I'm not going to do a video for each rating category. It's going to be broken down into maybe 2 or 3, and we'll go through, I think, probably 3 videos. We'll cover each of those ratings. Here I have a little calculator. So this is how we can input their stats, and then it just it turns it into 82 game rates. And then this one right here is one that I use to project stats from other leagues and turn it into NHL stats using the NHL E score, which is not perfect, but it's a lot better than having nothing to work on. And right now I'm just using this column. This is for the last 2 COVID seasons. Teams did not play 82 games. So when we get into the injury rating, we have to add a few games. So hopefully over the next few years, we won't have any issues with games missed for the league, and we won't have to do that extra step there. So I just set up a file with all the players that played on each team this year, and this is exactly how it's going to be laid out in the WHL. So let's just send this file to Mike when it's done, and he transforms it into the text file, and we're good to go.